Alrighty, so I will shotgun, and
My 40, that's my fourth.
Matt's really bad at drawing hands with Bant Eldrazi. On my side of the table, this 7 is very reasonable. We are a little bit land light, but we got our first 3 lands, and we can always path our own Snapcaster Mage as utility. So
No appreciation for the Snapcaster.
that line comes up more than you'd think. My favorite when I played this thing in the tournament, a couple of tournaments, was always just like the end step Snapcaster Mage on an empty board. And they're like, sure, and you're like, path, like sure, like path my Snapcaster, like, oh.
I'm dying.
This deck you have to be like unreasonably lucky to win with. I feel like.
I think
this Bant Eldrazi deck.
it has a pretty high ceiling, but its floor is so low.
Did you ever consider drawing average?
I played this deck once at a tournament, and I think I was at the Nacho Bar by like the 3rd round.
I think we both ran. That was the weekend I played the classic Bring to Light Scape Shift, and I had what was it? Over the course of 9 rounds, I had 7+ games without one of my 7 Scape Shifts in the top half of my deck, and I was just like,
I mean, then you draw hands like this, you can't lose.
Okay.
Do you want
I
to?
guess
It's you,
I'm
right?
gonna play. Yep.
the ceiling's pretty high, but the floor is
Good.
ground level.
Man, that's great. I'm gonna take 1 to do something, to play this Bird of Paradise.
Yep. I'm gonna go to 19. I'm going to go down to 18, up to 21 in Lightning Helix. This good. Always bolt the bird.
He should know.
Yep.
He should know. Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to play this one. That's my bad. So,
Sure.
I'm done. I had this in my hand too. I take another 1.
Yep. Down to
18.
18.
So stupid.
I'll draw. I'm gonna go ahead and play another tap land here and pass back.
Roll. Nice. Engineer explosives, pretty good. Attack.
No blocks. Go to 18. There's no raining emotes on the Magic channel. I didn't want that to get out of control here.
Taking 1 for this thing.
Yep, that's fine. We go to 17.
Holy. Take this guy.
Yep.
I guess.
Not at the Nacho Bar this time.
Not at the Nacho Bar, no. Not this game.
So again, because I have 2 Path to Exiles, I'm going to let Maddie resolve his trigger before I kill this card.
Huh.
It's probably Snapcaster, right?
No, I don't think so. The paths are pretty good. Like if I get rid of 1, I guess it's the
I
same
mean, like,
thing.
yeah, because
It's
like
the same
this
thing.
gives me a body. So like this is a second path either way. It
It's
can also
more
be a second
versatile.
helix.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take this Snapcaster. That's cool. Path this.
Path that at end step, so I go ahead and draw a card from that and start my turn.
Go ahead.
Draw for the turn. Alright, well, we hit running okay cards here. I think I'm just going to pass the turn back. Yeah, go ahead.
You're good.
Yep.
I don't know if this card's good or not, but yeah, let's do that.
It only took 4 hands.
Yep.
This is
Yep.
combat.
Yep.
Checking.
Lightning Helix, the Eldrazi Displacer.
Man, he can't blink himself. So sad. Yeah, he's helixed.
You take 2
I go to
overall.
21, and then
Okay.
I'm going to fetch Shock back down to 18, and I'm going to path your Smasher, discarding Scape Shift.
Okay. Let me make sure. I don't remember if this one has a second. Thought it did. Yeah.
The Scape Shift's almost safer in our crypt than in our hand, because this way I can't get Thought Not Seared, and I can snap it back later.
You have 1 card. I don't know the last card, right?
No, you do not.
You're free to go.
Almost makes you wonder why the Wizards went back to errata all the old cards when there's only 1 set of actual colorless cards.
Yep, well, I draw. Go ahead. As for someone like myself, Pokeclaws, the reason I play Magic and card games in general is to play competitively, and there are competitive Modern tournaments and there are not competitive Commander tournaments. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, take, go 13.
I mean, I just. This doesn't even do anything, so I'm just gonna play this on 2.
Sure, yep.
Go ahead.
So,
I mean, it's
kills the Snapcaster at some point, right?
snaps, yeah.
Alright, yep, go ahead.
How about another one? How about my 3rd one of the game?
Only took 4 hands.
Yep,
How about
Yep.
attacking?
go to 3. So,
Go
My hand here is kind of interesting. I've got Path, Helix, and Bring to Light. And I'm pretty sure my line here is Helix Matt at end step here, so I go to 6 and he goes to 14.
Hope to
And
draw forest.
we're hoping to draw a green source here so we can, or just draw the Wrath of God. And we missed, and our mana killed us here, but that's fine. I'm pretty sure that, I guess I could.
You aren't dead.
I'm basically dead.
You're dead.
No, I mean I could
Go to
path.
1.
I could path, yeah, go to 1 and discard the Bring to Light, but like,
You don't do anything after that.
we just don't have anything happen. I think that's the best line to try and win there.
This deck's awesome.
Would Living End be a deck I'm interested in testing? Nah, Living End doesn't do anything particularly interesting or powerful in my opinion, and I think there's probably still enough residual Scavenging Oozes and Rest in Pieces and stuff like that.
I don't know. There's a lot of Abzan company lists doing well, so.
I mean, to be
people
fair,
cut
Foot,
down.
most of the decks we play here are tier 3 or worse. Like, this deck I'm playing is definitely not.
Do you
This deck's
see-
not even on the
Do you
tier
see
list.
all? Okay, look at all these.
Yeah, they-
These are the real decks that we play on
So
stream.
these are-
They're set in these boxes for a reason. And the other decks are decks that we play
We have Abzan
once a
too.
week.
Path, go to 1, discard land. Yeah, but I don't have any untapped resources in my deck, so then, like, I have to draw another Path or Wrath of God exactly, so,
Oh yeah.
like, I can live another
your,
turn, but
All your lands are
all
shots.
my resources are
Got
shots,
it.
yeah.
Okay, I was like, yeah.
We got a Breeding Pool and a Stomping Ground.
Okay, I got you. Living End. What's Living End good against?
We're playing bacon, tomato, lettuce control.
It's better against Grafdigger's Cage than
Yeah,
Dredge.
set the bar real low.
Alright, yeah, it seems great.
Who's on the play?
Matthew is, and again, I lost, but, here, go ahead, show me Matthew still shuffling.
I drew only three hands.
So on my side of the table, this hand is just like everything we're looking to do. We've got a Serum Visions on 1, we've got Helix, we've got some plenty of land drops, some top end for later, so Plenty of balance.
It's only a little hard to look at.
Oof. Can I draw a green source? Nope, we're shipping. Yep.
So, we talked about Madcap Imperium a little bit during the burn matchup, and I honestly don't see that card being better than Timely Reinforcements or Obstinate Baloth in that matchup a lot of the time. So, I don't understand why I would want to play that. Like, what matchup would you predict is bad for this deck that card would solve? And then I would want to play that matchup with and without that card to see if it's worthwhile doing. Like, that's how you want to make deck building adjustments. You want to say, like, what are we trying to fix, and do we actually need to fix that thing?
My hand's just like an average Eldrazi hand. It's fine. Just we have some ramp and all that jazz. So
Tear stuff.
I'm gonna take 1 to do this.
I feel like we've seen this before.
Never.
I'm gonna take nothing and cast Serum Visions.
Okay. I accept.
Try to. I think we're just gonna push both of these. Yeah, I just like don't. I kind of want to land, but I also want action, so I'm just gonna push both because we're gonna find one or the other. Go ahead
Holy God.
and do the temple.
I had the temple. I drew this.
All
Well, your cards suck.
all my cards suck. You're not wrong.
What?
Well, now I'm really glad we pushed 2
I feel like I
non-path
have to take
cards.
this, considering what's in my hand. 1, 2,
There.
3, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Yeah, good.
I almost feel like I need to make white-red here on this and try and hit a Helix, a Bolt, or a Path to Exile. So I'm going to do that.
Yeah, there has to be.
And pass the turn before I die.
Definitely on the other end of dead. This is gonna name Eldrazi just in case. I'm gonna cast the first one of these that I have in my hand.
The first, yep.
Thank you
Go to
for
11.
Go.
Play this tap line. Pass. Do you have another one?
I did.
Yes.
That's that one.
Turns out we are very dead.
See how good this deck is? I told you. It's a taco. It's a taco bar or top 8 deck.
I
That's what it is.
think Infect is arguably probably one of the better decks in Modern still.
Which one? Infect.
Infect,
Yeah, I
yep.
think so too. This is so stupid.
Not racial brand.
Yeah, that's fun. It's fun. This deck's fun. It's fun when you draw Eldrazi temples and you mana dork and then do it around one.
It's fun to play a turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer and a turn 3 and Force Smasher.
Yep.
Have you seen the Esper Transcendent list? My goodness. My goodness.
I have seen that deck. I don't.
Why is Narset good? Can anyone explain
Yeah,
why Narset's
I
good?
don't.
not.
I don't understand. Don't just say it's not. Explain. Someone make an argument and explain to me why Narset is good. I don't like why.
I like
what is the
the
deck
card.
doing that's objectively different from the other mid-range decks in Modern that are like playing discard in our mid-range decks? So like you don't have the discard Tarmogoyf nut draws in that deck. So like what's the draw to playing this deck over doing something else?
I like Narset as a card. I just think in Modern it's just way beyond too slow to be doing stuff.
Because they spec'd on Narset and they need to make their money back.
Oh God, not this. Here comes Ryan.
There are enough valid rebound targets like Esper Charm. Ryan, don't you be upset
go play your Pokemon
because your Esper deck is a strictly inferior version of this mid-range deck.
just,
Come on down.
just because your top 9 result is the best Esper colors have ever done in a Modern tournament. Get out of here. What do you know?
All right, so I'm gonna be on the play for this game, and I think this hand is reasonable. We've got plenty of lands. We want to make a bunch of our land drops with this deck. We've got touch removal, so yep, sign me up.
My hand's pretty good so far. 5 cards. Yeah, my hand's fine. I do have a Noble Hierarch, and we have these stirrings to find things that we need, so my hand is just fine. Thank you, right?
Colonnade, good.
Speaking of things that we need, this guy go.
Path me. All right, the old Colonnade into Stomping Ground into Helix Shoe guy. Go to 21. Go ahead.
21. Okay. Fun. Oh, that's classic. I'm gonna stir.
Yep.
Well, they're all 3 right there. I'll take that one.
No.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna fetch too.
Yep.
I
17.
think I'm gonna stir again. I'm not
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 3 to do that.
And that's a perfectly good reason to play a deck foot. But again, when I'm looking for decks, if you enjoy playing something, that's a great reason to play it. Like Magic is ultimately about having fun, and unless you're winning a Pro Tour once a year, you're not making a ton of money just playing Magic. So you should have fun while you do it for sure. Hey, K-Smith.
Stir. God, I am just the greatest. Let's see. I don't think I need another Eldrazi Temple, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna take this Thought here.
Sure.
Go ahead.
I don't need it.
I'm going to play a Valakut and pass turn.
This turn.
Mana leak your card. Get out of here.
Maybe I didn't need another temple.
He discarded and didn't get to draw a card off of it now.
It's basically the same.
Good.
It's basically the same. It's Noble Hierarch. Is that card good? I can't remember if that one's good or not. What am I doing with my cards? My cards are all pretty good, too.
God bless. I've got one good one.
The Cryptic Command you can't cast.
In the deck?
In the deck. Yeah, man. I got one Cryptic Command. Card's great.
You wanted 3?
There's else.
Okay, can I attack? Okay, go ahead. I'm so excited.
Land, go.
2 cards now.
One of them's good. We drew
I
it.
don't believe you. I don't believe you.
We drew the good one this
I've
turn.
seen your deck list. I don't believe you. Drowner Hope's good, I guess.
Nice Cryptic Command.
Does it cost you that? It's about 10% of the actual cost of the deck, but you can. It's cheaper if you keep it for multiple weeks too. So.
God, I don't want to cast this into this, but I'm gonna anyways.
Yeah, step mana leak.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fetch a basic island to do that down to 20.
Go.
God, mana leak is so good.
That's why I didn't want to cast it. But it's okay. I had to make it
So
happen.
standard's much cheaper than modern because a lot of modern decks are expensive. But it's still cheaper than buying and reselling my standard decks every time. And if you look under the stream, there is a link to discount code, so that can do some work for you as well.
I could just die.
I'm gonna fetch. No, I'm only going to my 6th land. I'm gonna get a breeding pool down to 17, and then activate Celestial Colonnade and attack you for 6.
Let's go. I'm at 9.
Go ahead. We are not just a Scapeshift deck, ladies and germs. Activate the Celestial Colonnade.
We
and get
also
it there.
play a couple lands that can deal damage. A couple more lands. lands.
All of our lands are lethal. Yep.
I need this.
Yep.
I'm gonna test another one too.
Second one.
With this, these.
Tapped land. Am I just staying on defense now?
I say now I can block.
Yeah, I think I'm just staying on defense. Go ahead. Because like Matt needs to kill me. Like he's the aggro deck.
I can't beat this colony.
Like, and my scape shifts are now lethal, so I should definitely just like hang out.
Why do they give Colonnade 2 abilities? Where they're like, you know, this needs a second ability because Caw-Blade's not
Scape.
good
This
enough.
is actually a perfect example of what scape shift. That's a very good question. What does scape shift do in this deck that Nahiri Emrakul does not? Right now, I can draw a scape shift or a bring to light and kill Matthew. That's the game. The game is over. He is dead. Nahiri has to sit here and not die to his onboard pressure and all of this other stuff. It's got more moving pieces to it.
17.
Bring to Light also offers utility in the deck. It's extra Wrath of Gods. It's extra, Path to Exiles and Helixes, whatever you need.
I don't think I can do anything because the colony is gonna block.
Yeah, you can basically trade
Deal 2
this and
damage.
kill. You could do 3 and like.
That seems really
for,
bad.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Go.
Eldrazi.
Yep.
Gotta need that forever ago.
Yep.
I mean, I just can play this for 2.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Is it worth, now that you have this, is it worth trading one of these for 4 points of damage? I'm at 17, so I guess probably not.
I don't think it is.
All right, I'm gonna
I can't do anything.
cycle this out
Yeah,
instead.
yeah.
All right, draw for the turn.
If you don't have another green source, should you do it during your turn?
I have 2 green sources.
Yeah, he's got a.
I've got Stomping Ground Vehicle.
Oh, okay.
I agree. If I didn't have another green source, I'd probably just hold this
Gotcha.
even.
I thought you had. I didn't see the stomping ground.
So I drew another land.
Mhm.
Now. That's
You're on
8.
4 mountains now.
Yeah, so I'm on 4 mountains. So this is one of the important things. There are only 9 mountains in the deck, but because I've reached 8 lands now, you don't have to sacrifice all of your mountains
Right.
when you scape shift. So the 5 remaining mountains in my deck on 8 lands can deal 6 damage each. So this I'm still good for 30 damage on a scape shift. I think since Matt played this out, I actually just want to burn this Wrath of God. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna Wrath, since he can push through this at some point anyways. I'm sure he's gonna like draw a Drowner and really punish me for doing this, but also if Matt keeps bricking now, I can just kill him with the Celestial Colonnade over the course of a few turns, so go ahead.
You have 1 card?
Yep.
That's so Go ahead.
I mean, Path's good. It's gonna let
I'm
you
saying I would have pathed your been
attack,
able to attack. and
attack
path.
with Celestial Colonnade.
Yeah,
Yep. So we have 1 more basic in my deck, so I'm gonna go get my planes and then pass the turn.
Why don't we have a spell pierce Eldrazi? Or an Eldrazi that can actually counter
Flash
things?
Eldrazi.
That counters
Mana
things? Yeah, not even mana leaks, just
But
counters.
what's our plan against Blood Moon? Well, there's two mana morphos in the deck, and we've got things like Celestial Purge and Wear Tear in the sideboard.
Man, how do you beat Warping Whale?
You beat Warping Whale. That's a real question. Good.
Units.
Yep.
Is
Go.
watermelons a creature type?
Makes you feel better. There's a spell snare in my hand. Bolt, path, spell snare.
And just taking the path.
Yep.
Yeah.
Path in. Draw. Draw for the turn. Go ahead. Magic Sweep. This is actually kind of an interesting question.
I have to
So,
path me now.
no, I drew Bolt and I drew a
Oh.
Helix. So I think I'm just supposed to just like send 6 at you
I'm
here.
at 3.
Yeah, put you to 3.
Snapcasters kills me too. Like
You're gonna exile Anger, I assume, because Snare doesn't do anything.
Snare doesn't do anything.
Textless magic card. Bring to light for escape shift and kill you.
No,
No.
bring to light for a.
Bring to light for
a
Lightning
Helix.
bolt.
Bring to
lightning
light for
bolt.
Snapcaster.
Snapcaster
Snapcaster
Mage,
Helix you.
We're on the board.
No,
Alright,
yeah,
start
no.
board.
That's too many cards to go grab. Just go grab one.
Just go grab one, yeah.
That's great. I was on board for going to grab a lightning bolt.
Yeah, it's fine. Do anything. Whew. That was good. people say these decks are unplayable because Blood Moon is a card. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I've seen the Blood Moon.
Want to get something that has a chance to win a beat GP? Anyway, what would you guys suggest? Doesn't play green. Burn, Infect, Tron, Bant Eldrazi, and you can find deck lists for all of these things, so the versions that we play in our gauntlets, in the MTG decks link. All the decks there, including our gauntlet decks, are listed there. Any of the decks that regularly stay in that link, the gauntlet decks, Abzan, Jund, stuff like that, those are decks that are reasonably powerful in Modern and are going to be good if you know how to play Magic well. I would highly recommend proxying or playtesting on something like X-Mage or Cockatrice before buying any amount of cards. Most importantly, you should find something you enjoy for the sizable investment that Modern is. Because Magic is expensive and Modern is no exception. Oh, come on. Land.
Double Velika.
You don't deserve this.
I don't deserve this. I mean, neither of them make red mana. So,
Who's
you're on the play. We've got 2 paths that are opener, though, so, yep, sign me up.
God, that's great.
Maddie?
My hand's good. We have this Thought Nuts here and stuff. My hand's just like pretty reasonable, so I'm gonna keep it.
Sure,
I'm gonna start with this in case we get lucky.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah.
We got lucky, but not that lucky. This is gonna be for Eldrazi.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Yep.
That's on turn 2. Believe it or not.
Dice don't make souls.
I'm going to shock down to 18 and pass turn.
You ended that last game at over 20, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I did. One more. The control deck controlled, man. What do you want from me?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast this. Do that.
So, this is kind of interesting. I'm going to show you my hand, but I'm not actually resolving the trigger
Yeah.
yet. I think, so I could let this resolve and then path this, but I actually think I want to Manamorphose to try and draw the card and then Helix this to, like, buffer my life total. Because I have 2 paths, I can guaranteed kill this next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, in case Matt wants to be cheeky and, like, take my Manamorphose to, like, try and cut me off lands. So, I'm going to cast Manamorphose off of this screen and make red-white.
Okay.
Draw a card, and then Lightning Helix this going to 21.
This is Helix.
And then I drew Serum Visions.
Oops, this goes here.
Yep. Assuming
I
I'm still
think it's a
losing
path.
path. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to 20 off of the Scion attack.
Okay.
And we hit a land drop. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and Serum Visions here.
Yep. Even the color you needed.
Stray 2. I think we want both of these cards. And I think we're going to stack them like this, so next turn we can do this. We can do this card into... We're going to stab Serum Visions and draw this other land, basically. So, yeah, go ahead. Your thoughts on Ad Nauseam currently? I think it's one of the better combo decks.
Awesome.
We should probably have Ad Nauseam in our gauntlet, honestly.
It's an awesome deck. I think it's actually.
Can we cut the second Shapeshift? Just hope to not have it in hand. No, I don't think that's worth it. Also, we can just cast. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna stack these the other way because I forgot I'm pathing this.
Oh, you want to draw?
And I want to draw the land and not give you an option to thought on my Snapcaster in case you have another one. So I'm gonna path this and draw a card. So that makes sense. Yeah, I think it's worth having 2 Scapeshifts. Also in the late game, like we've seen a few late games where I'm just like, I just want to draw a Scapeshift to kill you. I just want to draw a Scapeshift to kill you. So like, I think I want to play. I want 5 access to 5 copies of the card.
Okay.
Take 1, go to 19.
19. I'm thinking. 2 cards.
I have a 19.
I have not played a land yet.
Nope.
What is that do?
Let's see what you got
I
going.
think I'm just supposed to play this. I don't think it really changes much.
I drew a Scapeshift and land.
To get rid of half
I
the
don't
win
care about the
conditions.
Scape Shift because you can't cast it right now.
Sure.
I think it's right for me to take one of the Bring to Lights.
Yep. I mean, that's Wrath of God.
And go.
Alright, and now that Matt casts another Thought Knot Seer, I think I'm supposed to snap Path here. It gives us less of a chance of hitting another land. We only get 2 draws out of it. Taking his pressure off the table is pretty important, so go ahead.
Not the greatest. Cards all suck. Comment.
Yep.
Yep.
Snapcaster, Path deck. I don't think I want to trade with the 1/1. I think I'm just leaving that there because I can attack. attack back or block something bigger later.
Sure.
Like you don't really need the mana, so.
That's fine. You're at 18 then.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, basic.
I don't
You-
have any more. I don't
Oh,
think,
there's
right?
forests.
There's only 2. I
No,
think.
did
Is
you
there
have
2 forests?
Yeah, there's 2.
My turn. Oh yeah. Okay. Great. Sweet. Mana ramp. Tap down.
Yep.
Oh.
Am I drowning?
No, I wish. I'm just gonna play this.
Oh no! Don't displace for my Snapcaster Mage.
I know. What are you gonna do? What you gonna do, brother? Go.
Draw. Cast a Serum Visions. Draw. Missed a land. Feels a little bad.
Let's play your
Neither of these are lands, so we're gonna bottom both of them. Go ahead.
He almost did.
I was thinking about it. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna Helix that and then hit you for 2. So I'm at 21.
Okay.
Good.
21. I'm supposed to block, right?
No, that was tapped,
Oh, this was tapped, right?
Yep.
Right. You're at 21. Very well.
and you're at 18 now.
I'm super screwed here. This is for 2.
This is one of the problems I have with the Eldrazi deck. You have some big threats, but you run out of them so quick
That's
in these
every
attrition matchups.
deck like this.
It is every
It's
deck.
just every deck like this. That's how they work.
This deck does suck.
Is there something I want to bring to light for since I already have Escape Shift in my hand? No, probably not. I don't have any like mid-range type plays for this to get in the main deck. Go ahead.
I think I'm just gonna blow this up.
Sure.
This is a windswept heath. Blow this up. I'm at 19 or 20 still.
You're at 18.
I'm at 18.
Until I hit you with Snapcaster.
I guess it doesn't matter then, so I'll go to 17.
Yep, might as well thin it out. It's the best Chalice of the Void. I don't think any of the Chalice of the Void decks in Modern are particularly good. Like, from if you're asking which one is least bad, we could probably give you an answer, but I don't think any of the Chalice of the Void decks are I would define as good.
Merfolk.
Probably, actually. Like, that's probably a real answer. I think Merfolk's a very good Chalice of the Void deck.
Do they play it in the board?
Go to 20.
Nice, got him.
Yep.
What's the next plan of attack? Go.
At least you can blink Colonnade,
Built that.
or not.
Play a tapped land. Ooh, guess what we're getting closer to? So I'm gonna bring to light for 4 colors. I'm gonna cast Serum Visions.
Excuse me? What are you looking for, a land?
Yeah. I have Escape Shift, you're dead. 2 lands.
I am just super dead anyways, yeah. I'm dead next turn.
Ask your opinion about Bant Nightfall. I hate the Magic card Collected Company. There's enough variance in the game of Magic on its own that playing a card like Collected Company to increase the variance you're adding to your game sounds miserable. Scry 2, double bottom these not lands. Double bottom not lands. Go ahead.
We can keep playing, but this is my hand. Nice, another one of these. Card's really good.
Yep. Go to
19.
19.
Yeah.
Draw to discard 2.
Displace your spell.
Yeah, okay. Discard this land and this cast the Escape Shift, kill you.
Yep.
That 2 and 2.
You need a mulligan 4 times again. Get the perfect set.
I did okay in the one, but my god, it's bad. This card probably just comes out. I don't know if this card comes out.
I don't think it's good against this.
The Path to Exile was exiled. I didn't have a Path in my crypt.
Do you have any threats in your
What's my opinion on the Pure Steel deck? I would be very surprised if the Pure Steel deck is
bring
an
in
optimal form right now,
World
and it's
Breaker.
probably fine.
Probably have
Oh,
some
this
number
deck
of
has
World
like,
breakers,
this
right?
deck has like disdainful strokes and stuff.
Yes.
Oh, this is your deck.
What are you talking? Which matchup are you talking
I
about?
was just thinking if this deck has sideboard cards that are like.
I was asking if he had some number of World breakers in his sideboard to take out, like to put
I
in
don't
for
think so.
the
Strokes. Yeah, it's got the counter magic's kind of tough.
Disdainful strokes are good.
For what? Do you just have your sideboard?
Bant deck using Lotus Cobra and Renegade Relic. The problem is, what are you doing with 9 mana? And like, when you don't have your combo going, the cards you're using as your payoff to when you generate that much mana are just like super clunky to draw.
What do we have? One land?
Genesis Wave.
So the problem with Worldly Council, so I played Worldly Council iterations of this deck for a little while, and then I played Anticipate, and now I'm trying Serum Visions. And believe it or not, Serum Visions feel probably the best of the three. Worldly Council often only looks at one or two cards because our deck has Seachrome Coast in it, and Celestial Colonnade, and Valakut. And like, I actually had opening hands, even today, where it's just like Valakut, Seachrome Coast, who are just like Worldly Council would look at no card. Just like doesn't even cycle itself.
Actually, I forgot you played that card.
God, I feel like they're never gonna ban Mox Opal and Simian Spirit Guide. It really feels like if that was gonna happen, they would have bit the bullet by now.
I'm on board for banning Simeon, but I think Mox Opal's fine.
Mox Opal's not fine. All the fast mana should go. All of it's trash. Get it out of here.
Which is better positioned, Abzan or Jund, in your opinion?
I think Jund is always better positioned than Abzan in the field as a whole. In a generic modern format, I think Jund is always better. Let's look at my 7 here on the play. I think I'm supposed to keep this hand. Like, Double Path is really good, and I get 2 shots at a second land on turn 2, and then if I miss, it's Colonnade, Serum Visions, Double Path, and then 3 other cards that don't matter. Yeah, I think this is fine. I would like snap this off in the draw. I'm going to keep this on the play and feel a little bad when we miss, but I think this is fine.
Alright, I'm going to keep my 3 cards, so. Okay.
Colonnade, go. We're about to be sad, aren't we?
I hope so.
Yep. All right. Draw 2. Ooh.
Real sad.
Right, good. Yep. One of the paths.
I don't know. I also don't want you to draw cards. I mean, I guess you
He
can.
used to draw a card off Thought Knot when he does.
Draw a card off Thought Knot here. Yep.
So you're lucky.
Go. You play. That's actually a deck that I really want to try, Devian. That's probably something that we need to add to play through. The Traverse Death Shadow deck. Yeah, it seems great.
I'll play a few games against that.
I'll take 1.
Yep.
But 19 combat. Combat, aka get past. Trying to think. Did I do something wrong? No, I think I'm fine.
I'm at 19 now.
I'm just kidding.
Ah,
I'm just kidding.
That's fine. You know, that's
When you're ready.
how your first couple games went. My deck is playtest cards. Proxies are illegal and against the rules.
Go.
Yep.
Oh, good.
I'm so good. You're not great at
Good.
this. What do you have? All this garbage. Did I play a? Oh no. All right. Eldrazi.
Yep.
Attack you for 1.
That you won't.
Chirp. 18. Chirp. Drowner of Hope.
Never make 2 idiots.
The top 3 combo decks that come to mind at the moment. Infect, Ad Nauseum, Dredge.
Good. I think yeah.
Thinking on your end step. Okay. I might want to loot with Is It Charm here.
I think you're getting to that point.
I think I just need to make sure I hit my land drops here.
Land Wrath.
Land Wrath would be hot. All right, we hit 1 land drop. I think we're gonna bin Snapcaster Helix here.
Wow. That cards must be good.
Play this tapped. So I have another Snapcaster. The question is, do I want to snap Path or do I want to snap Serum Visions? I think I want to snap Serum Visions. I'm at 18. Yeah, I can afford to snap Serum Visions here, I think.
Okay.
Even if you have a Path, and if you have Path into Smasher, I'm only taking 12, so that would be a 6, so.
5, 10, 12.
Screw it. 2. I'm going to double bottom those. Don't want either of them. Go ahead. Oh, I guess this can tap this. That's fine, though. I'm just getting rid of a Scion.
I think I'm still tapping.
You can take a draw step.
He can tap it no matter what stage you
Yeah, that's
play. this.
Sure, but like I could kill this and then not take the 5 is the point.
Oh,
Jesus.
sure.
Well, I'm gonna figure out what you're doing first.
We have
rude.
Bring to Light. We were going to set up a Wrath. Now I'm really glad we put both the cards at the bottom of our deck.
Yeah, I think Brain Touch is your best card.
Yeah, just going to Wrath your board.
Um,
You gonna tap this?
Oh.
Hit him for $1 million.
Net me for 6.
yeah, I'm just gonna tap it and then
Me for 6. Oh, tap it.
Six, yeah.
Go to 12.
I played a land. I played a land. Go ahead.
Alright, we got 2 looks here. Yeah! Shock myself down to 10. Mana Morphos into green mana. Cast this Wrath of God. Draw a card from your Thought Not to your trigger.
Tap your gut. But Wrath results.
10 to 19. Go ahead.
Draw a
I'm gonna
smasher.
Fetch down to 18 also. You're at 18 and I'm at 18? No, you took 6. You're
I
at
took
12?
6 and then I shocked, so I'm at 10.
10.
12 to 18.
I should start stacking my deck better. Bad draws.
I make it to the finals of the PT.
Yeah, making the finals of the PT. Okay, anyone got a Hornet Queen I can use?
Oh, here we go. I was thinking about drawing 3 off your Manamorphose would have been good.
You probably would play it in this deck.
I just can't. Speaking of cheating, I dropped this Temple Garden on the ground right there. I should have left it.
Should have left it. Yeah, you don't want to draw it.
Yeah, I don't
like-
want to draw it, so I should have left it. I hope I draw it this turn. That'd be gas. Alright, untap.
What are reasons I pick one over the other? I think I like Noisy a little bit better just because I can actually kill someone at combos.
Sick. Sick.
Yep.
Go. Sickest.
You're at 18.
At least you're both being unlucky this time.
Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to hit you with a colonnade. Yep, you go to
Nice colonnade.
you go to
idiot.
14. Well, now I'm farther away from scape shifting you. Got it.
Nice colonnade.
It
idiot.
works. Whatever works.
Alright. Done.
Yep. Yep.
2 idiots.
Play this. Tapped land. Go.
What is life?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Combat.
Tap your creatures and draw a card.
You do have cryptic.
There's
command.
one cryptic command.
Sweet. Yeah, it's fine. They're all
Tap your own creatures.
tapped. Go ahead.
Oh god.
It's okay, you'll draw Scape Shift.
They're gonna tap again, so I'm just gonna leave them there.
I'm not. Go ahead.
Attack.
Animate Celestial Colonnade.
Fine.
Block a thing.
Okay.
Yep, take 6, go
go
4.
Go.
Draw. Play a tapped land pass.
Oh, that was a great draw. Actually.
I thought you had it.
Yeah, me too.
I guess this through the colonnade or through the cavern.
Yep.
Attack with these.
Lightning Helixless.
Okay.
I go up to 7 and then down to 1.
Down to 1. He's good. Go.
Do you have a basic forest?
I do not.
Rough.
Come on. I got a pair of cards.
I got a pair of cards too. Yep. So we're gonna be a little bit short there. Mana got us at the end.
God.
We did not have. Actually, it's kind of funny. So at one before we started testing today, I cut the third green source. I had another breeding pool and I cut it for a Seachrome Coast.
Oops.
So like I don't have both Seachrome Coasts, so like it might not have mattered, but that could have very well have been another green source possibly. The Manamorphos have been very reasonable. I might
Yeah,
want a
fine.
third.
That was a pretty savage beating.
No, it was fine. It was a good, close game. We had a good in the middle where
Like a Wrath.
we were like the Wrath pulled us
It-
back in for a little bit.
it was
And we had a little bit too many lands, but like,
Yeah.
and then ultimately I ended up not having my colors, which ended up losing us the game. So
It was a beating when you drew both of the Scape Shifts.
Snapcaster Rage actually would have been lethal there too because I had Manamorphos in the crypt.
I had
Because I would have Snapcastered for double green and then
Killed me.
killed you with Escape
Yeah,
You
Shift.
probably would have. If you had it earlier, you probably would have just tapped one of his guys and saved some life.
Alright,
this one.
yeah.
Stop recording.